What's the deal with your boy Love on the Hate One in the building with your boy Gil, and we back at y'all with another radio call. You guys already know we finna cook, and man, it's been a while. We got a whole lot to talk about. I think this is gonna be a very good fight, and we're gonna talk about it for a minute. You know, I personally feel I got Virgil Ortiz winning the fight. Quite sure I think Gil got Virgil Ortiz winning the fight as well too. But we're gonna break down some things that could happen possibly, and you know, what can Lubin do to win this fight? You know, I personally feel like the reason this fight is so good for me is because it's gonna give us a lot of answers. Okay. One thing about Erickson Lubin, a lot of people want to say, oh, he's been knocked out before. He got 3 or 4 losses, but Lubin, one thing about Lubin, he fights everybody. That's why he gets so much fucking respect. And another thing is too, if a lot of these guys fought everybody like Lubin did, they would probably have more losses or losses period on their resume. And a lot of people want to like not talk about that. But and one thing about Lubin, he reminds me of Chop Chop Corley. You know, Chop Chop Corley had all those losses, but that motherfucker didn't duck no smoke. No smoke. But I want both these guys. Well, Virgil Ortiz, he has stepped up in competition and fought some good fighters. Way better fighters than Boots. This one right here is going to be tough. I do feel like Lubin has some real power. Lubin, man. Lubin's a good fighter, man. I think a lot of people underestimate Lubin. But my biggest concern to me in this fight is, like, let's just say Virgil Ortiz stops Lubin early. I really feel like that's going to be a huge statement, because I really don't look into the Charlo fight, the Charlo knockout so much, because I feel like Lubin was very green in that fight. Very green. Not only that, I feel like, and you could answer this question for me too, Gil. What did you feel about that knockout from Charlo? It was kind of like a kind of a lucky punch a little bit. I'm not trying to shit on Charlo's power, because we know he got power, but it do seem like Lubin was out though, man.
It was on the exchange, bro. So you can't really measure that fight because he got caught on the exchange. You know what I mean?
It was a counter, right?
Yeah. So that's why sometimes you don't even think about those punches, because it was on the exchange and he just got caught. You know?
Yeah. Okay. It is what it is, man. Lubin just got caught, but he was on the ground shaking. But basically what I'm saying is, I don't feel like Virgil Ortiz has to top that performance from Charlo. I mean, if he did, it'd be insane. Like if he knocked out Lubin in the first 10 seconds. But at the same time, I feel like Lubin was very green now. He's more seasoned now. And I do feel like Lubin's a better fighter now. And let's not forget, Lubin almost put out fucking Fundora. Let's not forget, bro. So it's like, you know, Lubin got action. But my whole thing is, man, I got to roll with Virgil, man. I just think Virgil is on a tear. I just hope, one thing I do hope that Virgil don't do, too, is overlook Lubin. You know, talking about Boots, because he got interviews talking about Boots. He got interviews talking about, you know, other fighters, too. When I feel like his focus, that's my only gripe with Virgil. I feel like he should be focused completely on Lubin, and he could get to those other guys later. But I got Lubin, I got Virgil Ortiz winning the fight, but I do feel like, you know, he could be, maybe, he might even hit the canvas in this fight. What's your thoughts on it, Gil?
I think Erickson Lubin needs to push the pace early, kind of test Virgil, go at him and see if he could catch him with something, because Virgil's defense isn't the greatest. His best defense is his offense. So you got to check him and see what you can do on the exchanges and see if you can catch him with something. Like you said, Erickson Lubin's a good test. So you got to kind of try to push the pace, catch him with something, see if you can get him with any of your tricks. He's a veteran in the game, so I think it's going to be tough for Virgil early, but I think he will outlast him. Like I said, he might not have all the skill like a Boots, but Virgil does have heart. And I think that helps him in a lot of fights. So it's a good test, and we shall see what happens. But on both sides, Virgil has to work on that defense, because I think that's his big weak point. So I think this is a good test for him as far as Erickson Lubin.
Okay. So you know how we do. We both got Virgil winning the fight. I got Virgil winning in style. You know, but my whole thing is, you know how we do play a little devil's advocate? You know, if we're Lubin's coach, what are we telling Lubin to do to take out Virgil? My whole thing, my shit is, you know, easy and simple. Just take it to Virgil. Take it to him. Yeah,
push him back, bro. He doesn't like going backwards. Push him back and put it on him when he's against the ropes. Make him feel your punches. Do it in combination. Use the jab. Start it off and go from there.
Yep, I like that, man. Yeah.
Throw uppercuts and see if you can catch him when he's not, because he's taller, bro. So come up from the bottom to the head, bro, with the uppercuts. You know,
it's gonna be interesting, man, because that's real shit. Virgil do not like going back. That's why when he was going back against Sergey, I mean, what's his name? You know, I'm talking about the guy that dropped him like twice.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. What's his name?
I know his first name Sergey, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, Boachik,
yeah. When he went down against him, but one thing about Virgil, and this is where I feel like it might be problematic for Lubin. Virgil, it seems like when he goes down, bro, or he gets hurt, it's like he gets more dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
He wants to take you out, so he's willing to engage more.
Yeah, man. That when Virgil goes down, boy, that motherfucker be like, damn, you better hope you take him out, bro, because once he recovers, you know your ass is grass. And Virgil Ortiz does have real power, so man, it's gonna be a good fight, man. And that's all I'm really worried about.
And if you're Lubin, you have to use the angles, bro. Don't go straight back because you'll get caught with something big. So you have to use angles, and you have to keep moving. Don't stay stationary. You gotta turn them. Keep turning Virgil, and don't let him get off.
Yep. Lubin, we gave you the game plan. If you're watching, man, I know you're not watching, but hey, if you just so happen to see this video, me and my boy Gil gave you some tips on how you can upset the world and take out Virgil, because you know the bookie's only giving Lubin what, a 11% chance to win this fight. So that's not very good though, man. But we've seen worse happen in the sport of boxing. So that's my final thoughts on it, man.
Yes, sir.
Yep.